figure this out. Never been down here before. Not even snowboarding, I haven't had a crack at that. Never used this anchor before. I have a feeling it's going to move. Now, so he reckons... a little bit higher. I can't quite go higher there. So what happens with this slope is there's two anchors. There's one there and then there's one further back. And the reason is because of the snow gun that I'm about to hopefully reverse past on the uphill side. It sort of sticks out. Apparently they were supposed to put a totem pole on it and they haven't. Thin there by the looks. Very thin. That even might be better. I want me to bring some snow up onto it. Just gotta figure out. He was talking about getting a straight line to that corner. So I'm right next to the gun now. And they've already, so this hasn't been winched yet. Basically behind me is no man's land. I might actually start on that piece and work across. So I've got to get an idea of, there's like a wedge from here across that hasn't been track packed or groomed yet. I want to see if there's enough snow that we can maybe cover it. I mean, this bit that we're grooming already looks pretty thin. So I might go there, see what I can pull up, see how thick it is down there. Go from there. This bit's not steep. I think the main idea of winching this is because of the angle the slope's on. It's on at the moment I'm on an 11-degree lean, both directions. And if you're bringing up snow or if it's springtime or whatever, I imagine that's quite difficult to keep snow on the uphill side. Because the rest of the slope comes down from above, sort of off to that side on the other side of the tower. You can come down through here. I'm usually a fan of driving down an area first time I go down so I can actually visually see what it looks like. Instead I'm going to sort of rely on where we've been with snow sat and what I can see in my mirrors, I suppose. Looks like there's a bit of snow there. But in saying that, I don't think it is. It looks like it. Like those look like good moguls, but you can see sort of foliage sticking out above that one. And we did walk that before we got all the snow, and there's like an area in there that they're not allowed to cut the trees and stuff and bushes and stuff down. So they look like good moguls of snow, but I don't think they are. I think it's actually, it's as thin as it looks on SnowSat, basically. So what do we got here? Oh, there's a little whale there. Might be working out to that. think I'll groom my way up. The problem is if I start pushing up there, it's all going to fall down on what I've just groomed, so it's not ideal. One degree, still hasn't gotten cold yet. I'm actually free catting that tonight, as you can see. So that's Summit, which I've winched most nights I've been in the winch. It's not a generally winched slope, unless they need to do some sort of patchwork and stuff on it, but we've been winching it just to preserve the snow a bit better. It's always good if you've got the option to winch something and your snow's not amazing. Sometimes it's good to winch it because it saves you from unnecessarily disturbing your base. Now, I only have to really go back to here because I'd say that guy up there will end up free catting this after I've finished. See here, I don't really want to go munching through the top of bushes. It's not the end of the world, but already through one. God damn it. That's real thin. I was expecting it to be thinner on that side. It's a lot harder to protect your base when you don't really have much of a base. It's hard. This is southern hemisphere grooming, I guess. Usually you're doing it by feel. It's actually a novelty having the snow sat, helping you figure out where all the snow's sitting. Some patches in here don't look too bad, like on the snow sat it's showing green and yellow, which is, 20 centimeters to 50 or something. But that doesn't mean we got that much on top. It means that's the undulations in the ground. Unless it's uniform, its chances are it's like what it looks like there. It's humps and hollows. So just because it looks green doesn't necessarily mean it's perfect. Plus, the snow sat doesn't pick up on the growth of a tree or a shrub or whatever. God, this thin. See the grass poking through there already. Sometimes it is good to know what your anchor looks like so you know which directions you can twist it, because you don't want to twist it the wrong way. It is a wire rope, but if it's attached to something and you know you're bending it round, probably not the best. Might be a good whale there, actually. We'll soon find out. Back over there and see. I want to see what that stuff is. Whether I've got a big whale sitting there that I could actually use, or that's just the lay of the land. so thin. They did say it's thin. Everyone who's groomed this so far has been talking about like how it's teetering on the edge of not groomable. There's not much there. Looks like there's a whale down there too. Damn, it looks really good through there, but I don't know if it is. Maybe it's not bad, actually. It's just, I need to literally paint the slope so I can see what I've got and see what I can take where I can use this, because there is a bit of a whale there. It's a little one, but it's more than nothing. I think that's a whale too. Where a drone would come in handy. Right, let's have a look. I need to zoom out a little bit. Ugh.
2,000 years later.
Ugh. Still pretty hard to see. But at the very least, I might be able to groom it tonight. And if it doesn't come out that well, then I can just not groom it tomorrow. But we have to take an exploratory poke around to see what we've actually got. So it's that gun, that lance there, that's the problem for this this slope. So I can't go too far up there. But what I can do is push a mound in front of it, so that my cable will not hit the lance, in theory. probably want to pull something up there. It's the thing is, I don't want to use too much snow on building a mound. Because if I do that, then I'm taking snow away from what I could be using on the slope. Right now I'm not going to do it because I don't want to waste the snow. But I will just in general fatten that up. I want to try and bring some of this up with me. and scrape off like 50 millimeters over a longer distance and pick up the same amount of snow in a reasonable distance. And in this situation, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Just look at that's kind of grey snow there, which could tell me that that's close to the ground level, or that it was a wet patch when they started making snow there. Don't know until you dig deeper. But like what I'm doing now, I'm not taking massive amounts off. I'm probably digging about as deep as my grousers have cut in and taking that with me, because I don't know what the ground is underneath. It could be flat, it could be really bumpy. And yeah, I'm just carrying small bladefuls up one at a time. It's not ideal. Maybe years ago being criticised on good old Facebook, back when I actually bothered putting anything on there, for I was building a road in New Zealand with snow and taking small bites, and yeah, just was getting shit for carrying small bladefuls with me. And the guy doesn't know any better, I'm guessing, and everybody likes to seem like they're an expert on everything on the internet. But there were big rocks everywhere. So here the danger is you're just going to drag a whole load of bush, you know, a shrub or something, into your bladeful, and then it's going to contaminate the snow and it'll look kind of crappy. But at the place I worked in New Zealand, you hit rock, you hit volcanic rock, and that shit breaks your blade. Like, it'll bend rams. We've had one season, I think it was my first season there, we had 2 blades on one of our 600s snapped. We've had a friend of mine, she bent the A-frame which the blade's mounted to. She basically twisted that by catching one side of the blade on a rock. You only have to catch it by about 50 millimeters, but that's enough. And that sort of rock, it's hard. You got the leverage and the torque of the cat pushing against it, and it just wrenches it around. So sometimes you just got to take your time. And even when you take your time, you're probably going to find what you don't want to find, but at least you're going to find it at a slower speed. And you're not going to be trying to take a meter of it off, you just nip the top of it or something. Not actually using any winch pull to do that, because it's not steep, it's just off camber. Working that a little bit slower. When you're stopping, you're not having that inertia try and drag you downhill. I don't think we're super busy tonight. I could be wrong. It might be really flat out tonight. Moderating my track speed on the potentiometer rather than just leaving it on 9 and putting my foot down. That up. My cable's brushing over it, which is not great. It's just a bush, but I still don't want to have my cable rubbing on it. Sort of already cutting through there. guys from the northern hemisphere, if you think grooming's easy everywhere, go to the southern hemisphere and do a season. It will humble you real fast. I mean, 3 years in Sweden where we had all the snow you could ask for, and then you come in here to warm temperatures, soft conditions, very thin cover. It separates the men from the boys. Not saying that I'm one of the men. It's always a challenge, but that's why I wanted to work here. I wanted something difficult. And I'm getting it. Now I want to go to Norway. Go and have a season with a lot of snow. Going from Sweden, where we had we didn't have SnowSat, we had GPS, but like we're aiming to get blue on everything, which is about 900 mils or more. Around here we're good if we got 200 on everything. If it's not red, it's pretty good. I've actually gone in there in a free cap quite a few times, and once in this just to do backups. It's just here, a little plateau. Looks like they've made a whale there.
Meat factory.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's not much if they have, but
You start the top auto on the family access.
Roger.
oh, that's
feel
right,
like-
they're turning the guns on.
Quick.
I can hear the compressor start.
And Mabel, I've also got the one of the shoot guns going, the one that goes into the costless load.
They like to do that whenever I'm pushing something or grooming something where I turn around or where I need a seat. They like to turn the guns on so that it's like driving into a cloud. And I can't knock them for it because we need the snow, so as frustrating as it is, we need them to do it. That might be Nike, maybe. Mike's the boss, I should point out. So I've got another whale there, which is directly where I'm pointing. over there. That looks like a whale. You can usually tell where the whales are because they've usually walked in them. And where they've walked in them, they punch through. Because nobody walks there. There's no reason for anybody to be walking that deep into the ski resort halfway down a slope. On the other side there is, but not here. So there's a little bit there. I'll see what I can scrape up.